Hey guys! I don't know about you, but I'm having a blast in World of Tanks lately with the new tanks I've unlocked. I absolutely adore the KV-2. Strong tank indeed. I finally have the Tier 8 T-28 tank destroyer as well, and I feel I will really like this despite the obvious drawbacks, at least once it has been fully upgraded and equipped. But the biggest wow factor was down to the Jagdtiger 88. Yes, I got me one of those bad boys, and oh boy, can you abuse this tank destroyer a lot against most of your opponents. Anyway, it's time we looked at another great entry-level artillery. This time on the menu, it's the Lloyd gun Carriage, the Tier 2 British SPG. I think this machine is severely underrated and probably underplayed as well. It was really easy to get tons of ace tanker badges in it. Not that I would be complaining, of course. Before we look at the details, I have a real treat for you this time if you only want to see the gameplay. The Ace Tanker video I've included for this little artillery is an 8-kill rampage on the province map, and I'm confident it will show the strengths of this vehicle. So just click the timestamp in the description below and see you there. Alright, so if you are still here, let's start the inspection. As with most, if not all artillery, it all comes down to the gun. It's pretty much basic knowledge by now that British artillery in World of Tanks is all about the high shell arc, and thus a more favorable shell trajectory, combined with a good rate of fire, the trade-off being a lower alpha damage and a more limited firing range. And the good news is, there aren't any bad news. Here at Tier 2 you can pretty much enjoy all the benefits without any of the drawbacks. You do have the British staple high shell arc, allowing you to hit targets behind cover as well, and you can still enjoy a very reasonable 42mm of penetration and 165 average damage that's absolutely in line with the rest of the tier. The rate of fire is very comfortable as well with 6.67 rounds per minute, giving you an exact 9-second base reload time. And so is the aiming at 5 seconds. Accuracy is mostly good news as well, with a quite reliable 0.8 meters. The only real nuisance is the extremely low gun traverse at only 10 degrees per second. It will take you noticeably longer to swing the gun around when re-aiming. But then again, mostly you don't have to re-aim from scratch as your gun arc is pretty wide, so I'm more mentioning this for completeness' sake. Overall, even if these values are not the best, they are still pretty damn good and well-rounded, with the exclusive benefit of being able to hit targets also in places where other SPGs just simply can't. Now, protection-wise, well, I mean, just look at it. It's pretty much a shoebox with a gun mounted on it, so it's as well armored as expected. The 7mm of armor all around might not even be there for what's worth. Your health pool is quite average as well with 80 HP at your disposal, so with all this, you are by far the most vulnerable SPG in this tier. And yet, honestly, apart from the T-57, none of them are able to weather the storm anyway. Mobility-wise, it's all good news once again. With a top speed limit at 48 km per hour, it's one of the fastest SPGs in this tier. And the hull traverse, it's a comfortable 24 degrees per second as well. Now, it might not sound like much, but it's still way better than what all the other arties have at this tier, and you will see in this video that you can really put those 24 degrees per second hull traverse speed to good use when you are being cornered. And finally, view range at 320 meters is quite average, while signal range at 310 meters is somewhat on the lower side, but it's not that disturbing. As promised last time, we won't look at the equipment and crew skills, as it's the usual super simple stuff. So let's jump straight to the verdict. Is it any good? You can be damn sure it is. This is one of my personal favorites from the Tier 2 arty pieces. It's just a really well-rounded machine with a very nice specialty. But I think the following replay will say more than any further praises. This is how effortless getting 8 kills in the Lloyd gun Carriage is. Alright, so here we are in the Lloyd gun Carriage on province. It's a Tier 2 match and, well, right from the beginning we can see from this team that what we can expect for the rest of the game, with people bumping into each other, shooting each other in the back, driving off without looking where they actually go, so yeah, it's the usual micro-tier madness for you. We're also looking at the team lineup that we shouldn't be really surprised to see this. It's a mixture of brand new players who are probably in their first couple of games and the usual deep red players. Now in the beginning I'm actually thinking about occupying this corner spot here, which is my favorite position, but with all that bullshit going on behind me with my own team, I'd rather play it safe and go into this little depression next to the road, which is my second favorite position. Now the pro for this spot is that from here I can flush out quite nicely the enemy tanks hiding behind that popular rock on C3. The downside being that I can't really take shots here to the southern road, which is a highly contested area as well. Now, what I actually like to do in the beginning of the match when I'm starting here in the eastern spawning point, to take a blind shot behind this bush, because 99% of the cases there is an enemy tank there. Poor guy just didn't know what hit him. Man, you can really count on people making the same stupid mistake over and over again. But hey, never say never to an easy kill. Now, unfortunately, things do slow down a little bit from here, because, as you can see from the map, people are not spotting, and if you don't spot on province, but just occupied your ridge, without any actual protection and cover, what will happen is, as the enemy moves up, they will light you up and take you out one by one, and you have nothing to shoot at in return. And that's unfortunately exactly what happens, and we are down 4-1 already. So, yeah, great expectations for this match once again. So, without any spots, SPGs have a hard time supporting their team, but it seems we have to go into self-defense mode rather soon. There is a cruiser 3 moving up here on our own ridge, as you can do that. And oh, he has the pom-pom gun, as we can see as he takes out the T-18, so now he's reloading and we miss our shot. That's a disaster. So we are reloading, he's reloading, and he will be faster. Oh, come on! Thank you for stopping right in front of us, so we can't miss our shot. And yeah, well, you can see me frantically moving here to avoid the enemy fire, as I'm sure I will be lit up by that cruiser 3, and now all the enemy tanks on the other side of the volley will take shots at me. And as we move into position for the BT2, he moves back, so yeah, life of an SPG. So that was a lucky defense, just reloaded in time. But this still looks ugly. We are losing 7-3 at this stage. I'm seeing if I can get some shots in the middle, as the enemy is expected to move up any second now, but it won't happen from this location, so luckily I make the right call and relocate to my original idea, right to the corner of the monastery, from where you actually can make shots to the middle. And there is a medium too, and I think from here, yeah, we have the shots. He takes a hit before he disappears, so there's a 50-50 chance if he will still be there, but as we take the shot we see the wall crumbling behind it. So he did indeed move, unfortunately in the last second. So right, there will be other targets to shoot at. You see how slowly that gun turns. It's just as it would be glued to its place. We missed that shot, but it was worth to take it anyway. And now we have this T-26. And we aim, and just as we are fully aimed and ready to take the shot, he gets taken out. So, life of an SPG, take 2. Now, we don't actually have shots on this T-18 because of that house, but we can try to grab this BT-2, and that was a really close shot, even if we were not fully aimed. But then again, with this rate of fire and with your ammunition count that you carry in the Loyd GC, you can take these speculative shots. if there is nothing better available to shoot at. We pulled some back, it's now 11-6, but we still lose by quite a lot. So it doesn't look that bright, and there is an enemy T-18 moving up against us, and he is a very dangerous tank. And oh Jesus, there are both of them here. So that's really bad news. 2 T-18s pushing your base is the last thing you want to see in this situation. And we have a heavily damaged T2 medium and myself guarding now the monastery. I really have to help this guy out. He's my last line of defense. No, come back, you don't want to go face to face with him. Especially if he's on full health. That's a really lucky shot. He sets him on fire, reducing his health quite significantly. I'm ready for my side shot, and oh, disaster. This should have been a kill, and he is still alive. And luckily the T2 medium takes him out. So re-aim again on the corner, and I have no idea where that shot went. So rate of fire, come on, help me out again. And yes! The enemy T-18 push is defended. Oh Jesus, there is a Panzerjäger 1. I'm a one-shot kill for this guy, and he misses. And I don't. Not today, my friend. Not today. Whew, that was a really dangerous situation. I was a sure kill for that guy. I'm really lucky that he missed his shot. Ah, Jesus, there is a Cruiser 3 as well. You have to quickly get into cover. Let's put that hull traverse to good use. As we set up an ambush here. Now we will proxy spot each other as he gets closer to the corner, but I still expect him to make the move, as I'm such an easy kill for him. And I really have to one-shot this guy, otherwise it's all over, so I can't rush this shot. Come on, a little bit more. Yes, there we go. Oh Jesus, there is a medium 2 as well. Will this never end? Come on. Oh, we take shots from behind us as well. We don't have the shot here. We have to move a bit closer, and there we go. Holy crap. How am I still alive? Well, I really have to thank the enemy here to wait after each kill for me to reload. So, thanks a lot, guys. And it seems that all the brave guys are dead. So now we only have to take care of the 2 enemy campers. With UC-2 Pounder, the Tier 2 British tank destroyer did hold the southern flank like a boss. It's time to help him out. So he spotted that medium 2 behind these bushes, so I think I will just take a blind shot. There is a good chance he's still there. But the shell explodes harmlessly, so he did move. Where could he be? Oh, there he is. He's making a move on our friend. So, come on. He takes a shot, but he takes him out in return. And, oh Jesus, that shot was really badly aimed. But look at this rate of fire. Come on, he's slow as he moves up back again. Yes! That was a well-aimed shot and really needed after we really fucked up our first shot on him. So now it's artillery versus artillery. However, the enemy artillery is a T-57 and I really like that one. It's one of my favorite arty pieces at tier 2. Well, that's why I also know that he is quite heavily armored for its tier. So we might be in trouble one-shotting that guy, and that one-shot is really what we need in this situation. Now I have no real interest in going and chasing after that guy. I have a pretty good idea where he is at. In the meantime, I drive into this wreck. Noob. So I pretty much know where he is. He's around the spawning point of the enemy team, laying in ambush, wanting to dart me in the face, and I don't really want to give him the opportunity. So instead, I will go and cap. And I will do that just below that little house that you can now see, because that's an arty safe spot. So that will force him to abandon his good position, and that will even the field out. I will try to move close to the edge of the cap circle to be A, in a good arty safe position, and B, to proxy spot him as he comes down. Question is, will he choose to come down on the left or the right side of the house? Anywho, we have to be prepared. And yeah, these are the moments when your hands are sweating, your heart is beating like crazy. It's a really good adrenaline rush. Left or right? Left or right? We choose left. Of course he pops up right. Quick re-aim, don't rush the shot. That wall would block our HE shell, so have to wait for him to come, and oh Jesus, he's not dead. And he misses. And I'm quite sure we can reload in time. And indeed we do. Victory for the Lloyd gun carriage. So that was a lot of fun. A surprisingly good match on Province. I think I was able to show you how extremely well this little machine can perform, and it can continue doing so surprisingly reliably. So this time we got 8 kills securing our ace tanker badge and the top gun, as there is no Radley Waters in the micro tiers, and this came along with almost 16,000 credits and 845 base XP. Looking at the team leaderboards, with our over 600 damage and 8 kills, I think we did quite well. Who said you can't carry in an SPG? Our shooting was alright as well, I think. The 10 hits and 1 splash out of the 17 shots taken is not that bad, especially as you can afford to take more speculative shots as well with such a high rate of fire. So that was my little review on the Lloyd gun carriage. I hope you did like it. It certainly is a great start to an exciting artillery line. Next up, it's aircraft carrier time in World of Warships with the Tier 6 Saipan. And then we close the week with the last remaining Tier 2 RTPs, the French Renault FTBS. Stay tuned guys, and I look forward seeing you again in one of the next videos.